It says, "Hey, Kiki, my name is Margaret. I need to know if you think I'm wrong for telling my daughter that she's not a doctor and her kids should come first. My daughter has been an ER nurse for 10 years. She's a divorced, single mom of 2, and I feel like she has allowed her career as a nurse to ruin her life. Since her husband left 3 years ago, she has completely allowed her kids to become DoorDash kids, meaning there's never a home-cooked meal on a stove, but instead, they're being forced to live off of food delivery services because she's always at work. I reached my breaking point when she almost missed my granddaughter's awards ceremony. Luckily, her ex-husband made time to be there with me, but my daughter, on the other hand, came running in late and completely missed my granddaughter's name being called. I was furious. I told her, "You're not a damn doctor. You're just a nurse. Stop trying to save the world and be there for your family." Well, my daughter hasn't spoken to me since and even stopped communication between me and my grandkids. I feel bad, but I think it was the hard truth that she needed to hear. Am I wrong?
Well, the just a nurse thing I don't like. So let's just fix that. The just a nurse. Nurse is the backbone of all of them. I mean, doctors, of course, but nurses are out here right alongside the doctors, helping them. In fact, in many ways, facilitating a lot of the things that the doctors, tell them to do, double checking, that kind of thing. So the just a nurse thing, I don't know about that. The second thing I would ask you, Judge Kiki, is, are they in a position where she could work less and still provide? I wonder.
Exactly. Because
that's my question. Like, is she in a position as a single mom where she doesn't need to work this much? She's choosing to, or is this what it takes in order to support the family?
I don't know many people who work just to work. I don't know many people who would sacrifice time with their children just because. And Margaret, I love you, but I feel like you are wrong. Okay. Instead of reprimanding your daughter in front of her ex-husband, by the way, and saying, "You're not a doctor. You need to put your kids first." How about you give a little grace, a little understanding, offer a little help. If you're tired of your grandkids eating DoorDash every day, why don't you cook them a home-cooked meal? You see your daughter busting her butt to go to work, and clearly she needs to work. And now you're praising him, saying he made time to be there for his daughter. He's a parent. That's what he's supposed to do.
Ooh, thank you.
Like, he doesn't get an award or a trophy because he made time to be there. Like, you have to be understanding on both parts. And until you weren't a single mother, so you don't know the struggle that comes along with that. And I just feel like in this case, as a mother, you should have extended your daughter a little grace. And yes, you can have a conversation with her and say, "Hey, we got to find a work-life balance. I don't want you sacrificing the time you're with the kids." Help her through that, but to just tell her, "You're not a doctor, you're just a nurse," that is insane to me.
Yeah, I don't like that angle.
I wouldn't talk to you either, Miss Margaret, not gonna lie.
No.
I don't like that angle.
No.
There's a constructive way to say, "I know that your job is important to you. I know that you're doing important work, but, you're missing a lot of stuff with your kids, and you're going to regret that."
Yes.
And so, is there a way to make sure that you may not be able to make it to everything? And that's also, by the way, why you got mom and dad in this situation. So dad can cover sometimes.
Yes.
Dad can come to some things that mom can't come to. Not everybody can be at everything all the time.
Can dad cook a meal for the kids during the week? Can dad pick them up and be at their activities instead, since he has all this time in the world? Like, it's just hard to say, you're just this, and I don't understand why you're doing that. And anybody who knows a nurse, if you've ever dated a nurse, if you've ever been raised by a nurse, it's not easy for them to just get off the clock. It's not a job where you can just go in and the next person comes in and is like, "Okay, bye." No, there's checks and balances. There's patients that need things, and nurses work extremely hard. I don't want to fight the doctors, but when I go to anything medical, I see the nurses more than I see the doctors.
It's different, but you can't discount the work that's being done by nurses because they're not doctors. It's incredibly important to the process.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
and I think what really breaks my heart too in the situation is that when you said, she ran in late and saw her daughter, but she missed her daughter's name being called at the award ceremony. I think what for me broke my heart was that mom already felt so much guilt when she was on her way there, trying to make it on time. And I think mom guilt is so real. So I think, grandma, or in this case, her mother, is really just piling onto the mom guilt and the frustration that we feel as working moms, in my opinion. And I think it's messed up. And I think this is a situation where, people have to step in and help. What do I always say, guys? It takes a village. And being a single mom, like, my hat's off to you, clothes off to you, whatever. Everything off to you.
Why are we taking our clothes off?
Everything off because they deserve it.
You're taking your clothes off for single moms. That's my job.
Lay your body down.
I lay my body down.
Well, my